What's going on, guys? Episode 7 of the Worcester Wanderers career mode. Not too much to say for this episode. What we're going to do is just have a bunch of highlights. I'm not going to play out the games and follow them along, but we're trying to get through November. So we're going to be playing 3, 6, 7, 8 games. All highlights, and then we'll be back to the start of December with a game against Stevenage on the 7th. That'll be episode 8, so we're going to get up to December 7th. So we should get 2 scouting reports. We're going to finish a bunch of games, hopefully go up the table, because right now we are sitting in 16th. We got 12 matches played, 3 wins, 4 draws, and 5 losses. And our game is against Barrow, who's sitting in 5th. So this could be a big win. So I'm going to get into these games, turn off the camera, and just have a bunch of highlights. So here we go. So we had a big game against Barrow. They were a good side, definitely gave us a tough match. Right off the rip, they just have this amazing play 10 minutes in. The replay is going to go back and show the pass that got him to this. Right here, this first touch and then the slot, I mean, I couldn't defend that. They were right out of the gates, pressing us like crazy. Luckily, though, Alex Hurst has a chance here, but pulls it wide. Here comes Barrow again, and we're 2-0 down in 20 minutes. So now I'm sitting here thinking to myself, we have to probably play for a tie now, because 3 goals is going to be hard to go unanswered. But, like I said, Barrow was all over us. Great save from Benzai. Luckily, we're not 3-0 down. Another great save by their keeper. I just couldn't seem to get anything going in the first half. Another great save from Benzai. Benayu plays it over to Hardy. Crosses it in for Lyons, but he cannot get it. Benayu keeps the header alive. Hurst falls to it. Benayu grabs it. And Benayu, I forgot to mention, Benayu did get the start over Haynes in this game at central attacking mid. And Hurst plays that ball back to Benayu, and Benayu might have been the first goal of his career here. I could be wrong. I think it might be his second. I'll have to check that. But at halftime, we are 2-1 down to Barrow. I did not make any subs at halftime, and Lyons ties it in the 62nd minute. So I made no subs at halftime. The game was very dry right out of the gates of halftime, but in the 62nd minute, Lyons saves the day and ties it. So we go ahead and make changes here. I bring Dalton on for Ryan, I believe that was. That was the first sub. I believe we make 3 this game. Latham has a chance to make it 3, but he misses. And I believe after that miss, I sub him out. Yes, I do. So Latham's going to come out for Hunt. Hunt's going to get that substitute in the 72nd minute. And then in the 77th minute, Hurst just also wasn't having a good game. I couldn't get him going. You saw that miss in the beginning of the game. So Heath came in for Hurst in the 77th minute. So those were the 3 subs. And we might have one more chance here with Heath. We do. Heath almost came in and got a goal, which was good to see. But that was the game. We tied 2-2 to Barrow.
What do you think the visitors will feel about what they put into the game?
Well, we said before the kickoff how dangerous they are with the ball.
Like I said, it was a very even game. Not much overly to say about it. I think Barrow definitely could have got the better end of us, but in the second half, it was just a very even game, back and forth football. And we go on to our next game. I think I was waiting for the stats here. We had 7 shots. So yeah, you can see there, they had possession on us, but we had shots on them. Our next game was against Crawley Town. We did not have any changes in this game. We had our usual lineup. Right out of the gates, Haynes gets an interception, and I was like, I'm just going to go.
coming up.
Should have slipped it to Haynes. Did it a little too late, so he doesn't get that. But Haynes steals it right back a couple minutes later. Another interception for him. And Lyons absolutely smashes it into the back of the net and makes it 1-0 10 minutes in. Haynes was putting on great pressure right out of the gates. You already saw 2 interceptions from him, and he gets an assist to Lyons. Here, Haynes plays it through for Sadler. Sadler pulls it back, and Haynes grabs himself a goal. I love this goal solely because Haynes' first touch, he's left-footed, and the way he puts that first touch perfectly onto his left foot, was very pleased with it. Pulls it away from that defender and then just buries it far post. I don't know how Lyons misses that. It was the same as his first goal, but he just cranks the post there. But he makes up for it? No, he doesn't. He pulls it wide again. And we're all over Crawley Town at this point. The game should probably be at least 3-0. We continued to play, and nothing changed. We were all over Crawley Town. Play it through to Haynes, and he makes it again. Another miss. Was getting a little frustrated, but not too much because we had a 2-0 goal lead, so felt pretty comfortable with the lead, especially because we kept putting on pressure. You see right here, another great save. And right before halftime, this is what I was worried about. Crawley Town makes it 2-1, and now it is not comfortable. We made no changes at halftime. And in the 60th minute, Hurst nails the crossbar off a corner, headed out, lands to his feet. Was an awesome strike, but he just couldn't get it in. And then what I was ultimately worried about, and now we need subs. It's 2-2. Crawley Town have tied it. Beneu comes in for Haynes. Even though Haynes had a great first half, the second half was atrocious. Dalton comes in for Ryan, and we only make 2 subs in the 65th minute. Latham has a shot from the top of the D, and he absolutely rifles that one in the back of the net. And we take the lead against Crawley Town, 3-2. I believe the replay will show here just a quick little, I think Latham and Sadler played a 1-2 maybe. Back to him, and he just had a touch and just absolutely put it past the keeper, top right corner. And then in the 74th minute, we do make that last sub, Heath came in for Hardy. Hardy just wasn't having a good game. I believe he dribbled out of bounds there, and it wasn't working out. But here, the best pass of the episode, I think the replay will come, and it was Latham. On the one time, he slots Alex Hurst, making a streaking run down that right wing. And I couldn't believe he got it perfectly through on the one time on the weak peg. The replay doesn't give its justice because you don't see the pass coming into Latham, but you get the point. It was a crazy pass, best pass of the series. Almost made it 5-2, but Alex Hurst pulls it wide. Nonetheless, we get the win against Crawley Town. 2 games, 4 points. I was very pleased with these performances and was hoping that we can keep it up for the rest of the 8 or so games we play. If we already played 2, I think we have 6 more games. Our next game was against Colchester. We do not make any changes, and we run the same way we did against Crawley Town. In this game, I think it was a back and forth game. I think it was a boring game too. I don't think much happens in this one.
Well, thanks, Derek, as always.
We had some good build-up play here. Right out of tap. Just trying to find openings.
Haynes. And And a chance to whip it in here.
Haynes with a little bit of flair
It's a neat
with his,
move.
2-star skill
Every
moves.
pass hitting its target.
Right there, I probably should have shot with Sadler.
Haynes. Shot attempted.
Haynes does have a shot. I learned from my mistake. I wasn't passing it again or forcing anything.
Well, able to survive that
Good
attack.
save from the
Read it
keeper,
well,
though.
intercepting it.
20 minutes in, Latham has a break, and they just let him absolutely run through. But what a kick save. Luckily, though, Haynes still finds the back of the net. The ball was kind of bouncing around there for a while, but we did create some separation, and Haynes puts that one to the near post. I think the keeper should have had this one. I'm not quite sure if there was a replay or if I skipped it.
Well, here you can see it again.
No, we have it. So I shot, kick save, they block it. Latham or Sadler, I forget who that was, passes it to Haynes, and he just roofs it. 1-0 up, going into halftime. Can we make it 2? Latham plays it through to Hardy. And Hardy, I believe that was his first goal with Worcester Wanderers. I'm going to rewind to when I said it was Benayouz. It was not Benayouz. It was Hardy who had his first goal for the club.
Well, there it is. It's a lovely finish. Just the right
And what a time it came. Right the dying minutes of the first half. Great shot off the post. So the second half was a little slow. We didn't make any subs at halftime, but in the 60th minute, Hunt comes on for Latham.
Well, there it is. The away side haven't had as much of the ball, but their speed of attack when they...
Sadler's been staying on more than Latham, but I think it's because Latham gets the ball so much that he will make more mistakes than Sadler because Sadler's not even on the ball. Here we get a lucky rebound. We make it 3-0. Alex Hurst. It was kind of my plan when Lyons was down on the end line like that. He put it across the keeper. He put it in the middle, and Hurst finishes it. Right after this, we make our last 2 subs, and I finish out the game on Sim. So Benayouz comes in, and Dalton comes in. Now, what I unluckily don't do is resume the match, so those subs never came in. But Dalton, who I did put in for Ryan, came in automatically from the CPU. But Benayouz never came in to get some minutes. But yeah, you saw the stats there, 11-4. We absolutely smacked Colchester. I think they got a goal back 3-1. I didn't see it. But our youth monthly scouting report came in, and we signed Liam Bray. Another right wing back. We kind of have Rory Reeves as well. But the difference was Liam Bray was 16 and ready to come up. He had a really good potential all the way up to 93, so I thought, why not? Let's sign him. We ended up finishing that youth development, and then I just kind of went over what else we have to do. Getting a streak of 3 clean sheets in away matches this season is going to be pretty tough. I do not get it this episode, I don't think. I didn't quite check that at the end of the episode, but I feel like I would have known. Anyways, we go into a Papa John's Trophy Cup, and Benayouz, within 6 minutes, just puts it wide when we should be 1-0 up. This game was a lot harder than it should have been for me, I think. But I also I gave Liam Bray his debut match because it was a cup match. Benayouz came in. I want to say I put someone else in. It might have been Warner, but I don't think so. 20 minutes in, Sutton could have made it 1-0. But luckily it went bar down out. Almost had a heart attack there. Lions did start, so I think just Benayouz and what play this was too, and then Lions skied it. I remember that. I was just in pure and utter shock. They gave a little replay of this no goal here, so I thought I'd throw it in there. But what I was saying, Benayouz, Bray, both got starts because it was a cup match. And what a save. This keeper was on one in the first half. Second half came, and I gotta talk about this play. Hurst does perfect. I mean, he dribbles in, he keeps going. People think he's gonna shoot, and he keeps going. And then I finesse it, but the ball doesn't curl. If you're telling me that guy in real life cannot curl the ball, like they never can. I'm not saying this because, oh, he did it once. They never can. And I don't know why, because if you watch them in real life, I'm sure he has a mad whip on the ball. But nonetheless, we get an easy tramp. Hurst redeems himself, gets an assist to Lyons, puts that one across to the penalty spot, just goes all the way down to the end line with his rapid pace. He is rapid. Alex Hurst needs to get involved for us to really get goals offensively. I have to admit, Alex Hurst has been a great signing. We only have him on loan, but I look to sign him at the end of this year already. Benayu wasn't having a good game against Sutton, so I subbed out Benayu for Haynes, and Sadler came out for Hunt. Bray absolutely gets bodied here. I thought I'd show it for his debut, but luckily it doesn't lead to anything, so we didn't have to pull him. Dalton just had daylight here, so I kept going. Pretty much did the same thing like we did with Hurst on the other side. And what a header it was for Hardy. Hardy has 2 goals in this episode. And he had 0 throughout. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. Hardy has more than 2 goals. I always mix up the triple H's in the midfield. Hardy, Haynes, Heath. Kind of spoiled it, but Heath is the one who gets his first goal in this episode. And there is another one who gets his first goal in this episode. I will not spoil that one. But if you can go and guess, let me know in the comments who you think it's going to be. That was the end of the game, though. We definitely should have scored a lot more goals against Sutton. We do win 2-0, though. We get a transfer offer for Albie White, and I'm taking it right away because he's never going to play. In this game against Salford City, this was probably the hardest game so far. Great save right away, or not right away. It was a very boring game 20 minutes in. That was the first clip. Alex Hurst was all over them but could not score. He already had 3 chances and has scored 0. He even gets another one here and almost sinks that one. He did better on his finesse shot that time, so I felt a little better. But when last game against Sutton, when he had that finesse, when I felt like everything was perfect, and then he just skied it because he can't finesse, I had some questions. What a play from Salford that was. I could not get a foot on them. And then I tried clicking X to clear it, but he slid and almost gave away a penalty. Luckily, he was offsides. Right here, just hella space for Lyons. Pulls it down to the byline, and Haynes finishes it. It seems like we're having a lot of success bringing it all the way down to the byline and just pulling it back, playing it to the penalty spot, and tapping it in. Haynes makes it 1-0 against a strong Salford side. And at halftime, we were still up 1-0. We do or do not make subs. We do not make any subs at halftime. Latham had an awesome strike. I thought he was going to catch the keeper near post. And watch this. This might be my favorite pass of the episode. Alex Hurst just gets on his horse and just absolutely burns their defense and makes it 2-0 in the 58th minute. It all started from the keeper. He put it down, played it to 1. I think it was Dalton he played it to. Dalton plays it to the middle to Latham. And then Latham just goes deep over the top, and Alex Hurst absolutely torches their defense. 2-0 against Salford. I thought they played a little better than the scoreline gave them, but they do get back into the game with that. So I like where the game stood right now. I thought we were playing a really good game and honestly just having a good episode in general. I was a little worried, I guess I should say, but Lions has the opportunity to seal off the game, but he saves it. I did not want to tie this one. I really wanted to get a win. So after that miss, I was contemplating who to sub off. I wanted to take Lions off, but he is our best goal scorer and the top goal scorer. But I still went ahead and did it. We also make another sub. I think this was actually in the 80th minute, so we make a triple sub. We do. Haynes came in, or Beneo came in for Haynes, and Heath comes in for Hardy. Dying minutes, Dalton makes an amazing tackle, and we just clear it up. And luckily that was the end of the game. They almost tied it in the dying seconds, which would have been heartbreaking. But we stay alive and get the win. The 3 points, exactly what we need to climb this table. So we had a game against Mansfield Town, who were sitting in 23rd. So I started Heath because he was complaining he wanted more game time. I started Beneo, and I started Bray. What a slot from Beneo there. Crosses it across, and wow, what a start. 1-0, 10 minutes in. Lions was just laying there like a dead fish. But it all starts from that slot from Beneo. Absolutely sneaks it in to, who was that? That was Hurst. And then Lions is just wide open in the middle. Really pretty play. Doesn't get better than that.
Well, it could be on for him here. That's great goalkeeping. Other games, and Alex Scott can fill us in. Can he put it in?
6 minutes later, I thought Beneo was going to make it 2-0. And I thought we were just going to run rampant on this team. But that did not happen.
And the lead fully merited.
He does make up for it. And it is 2-0. And he gives a little salsa for the boys.
Well, here's the replay. He's done really well to get his head up and pick somebody out with that cutback. And the finish is clinical. He's enjoyed so much of the possession. Yes, they've played well when going forward.
Oh, wait a minute, Stuart. Look what's happening.
This episode was just one for the ages, but there was one guy who gave us a problem, and his name was Lucas Akins. He gets the assist here with the little backheel pass. And then the goal scorer, I'm not sure his name. It might have been Oates. I'm not 100% sure, like I said. But Akins, just wait. Lions should definitely score there. He took an extra touch when I went to shoot, so he was a little bit unlucky there. But I probably just needed to shoot earlier. Heath plays it in the Latham, and Lions absolutely redeems himself. 3-1 before the halftime break.
Well, that was a fairly easy finish in the end, but he still had to take it.
And I'm feeling pretty confident. I mean, we've already had big results against good teams in this episode. I felt like we were just going to keep going. But that's where Akins says no. Gets this ball, gets his second assist of the game. Right before halftime. And now it's just an absolute brawl. 5 goals in the first half. Defenses were not working.
That's a really good finish.
So the whistle then. We're at the halfway stage in this match.
I didn't know what quite to do. I did like how Lucas Akins played. It was hard to get the ball off him for being such a big guy. So I think I'm going to inquire about him because I like inquiring of players about players when they play well against us. And Akins is definitely someone I noticed in this episode. Haven't had really many other players like that throughout this series yet. Sadler picked up an injury in this game as well. He hurt his shoulder.
Well, they keep passing away.
And he ends up being out for 5 days, and I think he misses 1 game.
Now they're level. Who saw this coming?
Right there. Akins gets the hat trick of assists 5 minutes into halftime with another back heel. After this pass, I knew I had to inquire about him. I think it's in the replay. I could be wrong. If you have to go back and watch it, yeah, you go back and watch that if you need. Right here, 10 minutes later, Beneo cannot control his dribble, and I had to take him out without any hesitation. Haynes comes in to save us. I was fed up that we were tied 3-3 with the 23rd place team. But the goal I spoiled, Heath, his first goal for the club, and what a time it would come. A good pass from Lyons, and just absolutely rifles that into the top right corner on his weak peg. Heath does have a 5-star weak foot though, so I expect nonetheless. But oh my gosh, what a beauty of a goal. And Heath makes it 4-3. Will Aikens get another assist? Or will he get the game winner? No, he passes it off. Could have had it though. He really could have had it. I honestly think Aikens should have shot there. If he scored and had a hat-trick of assists, I mean, I would have had to just buy him right then and there. Dalton was getting burnt, so he put in Ryan to finish off the game. Or no, this was that. So I can't rewind right now, but if you rewind on that last play, Dalton falls behind Humphreys and pretty much makes Humphreys the left back, even though Humphreys is still in the left center back position. It made no sense to me. He just kept backpedaling until he was playing left center back. And no one stepped on Aikens. So I subbed him out because his positioning was poor, and I don't know how such thing happens. So that was that, if you have to rewind and check that out. This voiceover is a little harder than I expected, but we're just going with the flow. Right here, I ended up making this wacky formation because Sadler was hurt, and I wanted to play Hurst at striker, but he got a -2, so I threw him at right forward, and he got a +2. But what happens is I click play match, and I auto-replace the player just for this match. What that does is it doesn't save anything. So this is what the team looks like in-game. Beneu's not on. Warner's not on. I don't think we played Warner, actually. We played Heath because Heath wanted to play after that goal. Or no, Heath comes in. I remember this now. So Heath, they put him at CDM for Sadler. I'm sorry, guys. So I had to switch the formation because I didn't want Heath in at CDM. I wanted him on the wing. So I switched to a 4-1-4-1. And we just have to play Lyons out even though he's a little tired. I think I end up playing him until halftime and then sub on Warner. I put Hardy the left wing and Hurst the right wing. Latham plays CDM for us. And what happens this game, guys? 4-1-4-1 was not working out for us. 20 minutes in, nothing really happening, going back and forth. I couldn't really, and they almost score actually. I think Benzai got a tip to that off the post. But the 4-1-4-1, we were having problems with it for never playing it this year yet. We work out of that though, so good job there. 40 minutes in, I mean, this is the second highlight, if that doesn't show you that this game was dry. But what a goal from Hurst. I loved this goal, everything about it. He takes on his man, he gets in front of him, and he just rifles it into the top left. When it went in, I just jaw dropped. Hurst is carrying us in a sense. He's making assists, he's making goals, he's setting up many plays. He has been outstanding for us, and I can't even stress that. So I start Lyons in the second half, but he ends up coming out in the first time it goes out. So I think that was around the 50th minute that Lyons comes out for Warner. Leyton Orient does tie it. Robinson gets burnt here. Luckily, though, they body it, and Benzai gets a touch on it to give him a corner. They were all over us, though. I mean, like I said, the 4-1-4-1 was not working, and that's when I had to change it after they would go 2-1 up. We were tired. We were not getting offensively enough. Well, that didn't sound right, but we weren't going on the attack enough. I had to switch back to the 4-2-3-1, that's what we're used to. Hunt comes in for Latham. Beneu comes in for Haynes. And we run it for the last 20 minutes. Down 2-1 to Leyton Orient. Hardy to Haynes. Haynes to Hurst. And who else but Alex Hurst to bring us level.
is going to be all for
Outstanding
this game.
game from Hurst, this one.
Winners in the end, Stuart.
Leyton Orient probably should have beat us. I think I share the stats, and I believe that they had more shots than us. But Alex Hurst is the reason we tied this game. Yeah, you saw right there. We had like 39% possession, 3 shots to their 5 shots. We were not supposed to draw that game, let's just say that. But we have Alex Hurst. Last game against Bradford City. We do make some changes, it looks like. Bray gets a start, our new right wing back, Liam Bray. And I believe that might be it. Yep, Liam Bray's the only one who gets a start here. Not Benayu. 8 minutes in, Haynes, can he score? Lions, someone, get it in the back of the net. They do well to keep it out there. Another chance here, and Haynes buries it. Just good build-up play all around. And Haynes makes it 1-0 in the 16th minute. 25th minute. Watch this play from Hurst. Takes it, goes all the way around, and almost on a rope puts that to the top left. Really wanted that one to go in, but he does pull it wide. Hardy brings it in and has a good shot, but great save from the keeper.
Trying to pick out a teammate.
Well, it's the Haynes who plays it to Hardy. He plays it back to Bray. He brings it around to Latham. Latham has a chance. Nope. And there it is. Robinson gets his first goal for the Worcester Wanderers to make it 2-0 in the 37th minute. Him and Heath get their first goals in the career mode, so that was an awesome surprise to have in this episode. I said it was Hardy, but like I said, those 3 H's just confused me, especially Hardy and Heath. But Robinson absolutely roofs it off of a corner. We kept it alive, and we just make it 2-0 against Bradford City with an absolute strike. Here they kept giving me so much space with Hurst that I just took it. Probably should have passed it off, but I was just so surprised they were giving it to me. Lions, again, hitting the post when he should probably just bury it. We made no subs until the second half. So in the 55th minute, we have a chance with Latham, but he pulls it over, and that's when I said, okay, Latham, I would want that at least on target, so we do pull him out, I believe. Right now, I'm just checking to see who has the least amount of fitness, but we don't pull him out. I thought we did. Benayu comes on for Haynes. I think Haynes had a good first half, but his second half was atrocious. And look at that pass. And we do make it 3-0. What a slot it was from Hardy. Pulls it, stops it on a dime, splits the defenders, and Lions gets the goal. I finish out the 3 subs because I am going to sim the rest of this match. So we put on Hunt for Latham. I didn't forget about that miss. And we put Warner on for Lions. We make sure they get subbed in this time as well. So right there, I noticed Warner was in, and then I jumped to result, and they bring 2 back. When I saw the ending result, my heart stopped for a second. We were up 3. We got our subs in the 65th minute. Aisa, who I did think played well against us, but not enough to where I would inquire about him. But nonetheless, we get the win 3-2, and what a couple games it has been. What a month of November it has been. I'll have to go back and check that out to see how it's been. Jesse Anderson turned 16, but we are going to wait him out in case we get a better right-wing signing in the next couple months. So, got all those games done. We are now in December. We have gotten our monthly scouting report, and right off the rip, Hugo Todd looks like a class player that we're going to bring up. We're going to reject him, reject another right back. We're getting a lot of defensive players. I think we're going to sign Theo Corbin and Lucas Saunders. We currently sit, let's check the standings. Of course, it's under the FA Cup right now. So let's check the League 2. We are now up to 5th after that win against Bradford City. Huge win. It pushes us above them. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of 29s. So there's 6 teams right now that can kind of all flip positions right now with 1 loss. and a win from any of the 8th, 9th, or 10th place can switch with us. And a win for us could get us above Colchester if they lose. So we're really in the mix right now. No one's really ahead like crazy except for Rochdale right now. We have 8 wins, 6 draws, and 5 losses. Completely turned it around this episode. A lot of things to go over. Let's check who we got, though. Did I see a CDM? That's big. And he's ready to come up. We are going to sign Hugo Todd right now. He is definitely a CDM. How tall is he? 5'11", left foot. I like it. Yes, he's getting promoted. Hugo Todd will be a bench player for sure. We also signed a striker, Lucas Saunders. 65 pace, good physical, 4-star weak foot's really good. And another right wing back, Theo Corbin. He's only 15 though, so he's going to stay here. Can't wait for this guy to turn 16 because he's going to be a starter right away. Class player, Rory Reeves. And that's how we're going to end the episode, with a signing of Hugo Todd. And going to place him onto the bench right away. Whose spot is he going to take, honestly? He's probably going to take Ryan's spot since we got Bray. Ryan's going to fall to the reserves. Yeah. Hugo Todd, how about it? That's going to be a good player for us. He's going to give Sadler competition, definitely. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next episode. Peace.